Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first of hopefully many construction updates on whatever Kings Island is doing back there behind Banshee, where the Rose Bowl on Son of Beast used to be. Now, they have been doing some land clearing back there as of this year, 2026, and presumably it is going to be for a new roller coaster in 2027 or 2028, more likely 2028. My buddy told me that they have been land clearing at night, because obviously it would be too obvious if it was during the day. They would be like, But it is right by between the employee dormitories and Banshee. So as you can see, right there are the dormitories, and obviously right there is Banshee. They have been clearing that spot out for a little while now. At first I didn't really think it was much, but now that it's a bigger area and supposedly that they've been working on it a lot, I think it could be something. Is this a spot where Kings Island's next coaster is going to go? Yes, most definitely, probably. If I'm wrong, well, I'm wrong. Now, they have also been clearing out the old Son of Beast station, which is right there by the Bat. That was the station for Son of Beast, operated from 2000 to 2009, but was demolished in 2012. And the station still remains, and for 15 years, it just sat abandoned. But at the start of 2026, they started clearing it out. It is almost completely cleared out now, and we are seriously hoping that there's something good coming. I'll go over there in a moment to show you what's going on. To get the best look at the Son of Beast station, we will want to go up the exit of the Bat. Now, the reason is because the Son of Beast station is, well, the Son of Beast entrance kind of shared a pathway with the Son of Bat, or with the Bat exit. Although at the time it was Top Gun and Flight Deck. But right here is the former exit for Son of Beast. It's got this gate here that is very clearly permanent. As you can see, it has not been used in a very long time. Not like pressure washed or anything. There's a bunch of leaves and debris up there. That yellow tent, I don't really know what that was, but that main structure back there was the station. Let's go down and get a closer look. Here's just a better look at this. I'm imagining it was a photo stand, because this ride did have ride photos, so if I had to guess, this is what this is. But right here, around here, is where you can get a really good look at the Son of Beast station. So there is some pieces of track right there, and that is actually from Son of Beast. And up in the station, this used to all be covered by tents or like tarps or something, but they took those down when they were, what's the word I'm looking for? When they started clearing it out, because it used to be like a full-on station with like air gates and stuff like that from the ride. But I also did just ride Banshee to get a closer look at what's happening, and I saw that they put a piece of wood over the track, presumably so that they could walk on it easier, because that is very clearly rotten and I do not think would hold up well if someone stepped on it. And this right here, these windy pathways, were the entrance to Son of Beast. So originally that would lead you up into the station. You'd get your row like right there, you'd wait in line for it, and then get on the ride. But overall, it is interesting what they're doing, because you can kind of see there's still some metal air gates or walls or something there. And so we don't really know what those are for, but I'm assuming they just haven't gotten to taking them out yet. That staircase right there was an employee staircase, because that led up to what was the employee drive box. And so let's head over there where the queue line. Oh, and just a little side note, the actual entrance to get up to Son of Beast was right back there. Like the crate and stuff was back there, and all of these little spots, like these holes that were filled in, were the queue paths for the ride. So I'm walking in what used to be the queue line for Son of Beast, but now is just a part of the exit for the Bat. As we walk through this tunnel, took a look at this speaker. That was a speaker for announcements through the queue line, I'm assuming. I actually don't know. And then, so I'm just going to follow these dots through here. So what would essentially happen is you would walk through here because, like, there's dots right there and there's dots right there, so I'm assuming this was a turnstile. You would walk through over here, watch the back. You would keep going up, and I can kind of see where the dots start to end. They end right here. So you would turn around here, and then go through here, and then turn around here, go back through here, and then turn around here to go back through here. This was just these were just turnstiles for Son of Beast, but they were cleared so you could get a better view of the bat. But these ones were not. So, what I just walked through were the extended turnstiles for if Son of Beast had like a really long line that day. But up here, where they tried to hide with a trash can, you think you're slick, this is a chain which they would attach to this turnstile, well, what used to be a turnstile, and so that it would block off the rest of these so that riders could just get a direct access point from here to there. And that right there, obviously these were all switchbacks and like they're still there, which frankly is kind of surprising. Right there you can see a gate. That is blocking that red-ish metal pathway that I showed you guys earlier when I was back up there. And as you can see, it's all like overgrown and stuff. It would lead directly to that metal pathway, and obviously it would switch back up until you got the station. So that was the original entrance / queue line for Son of Beast. And ooh, there's a speaker right there that used to be in the original queue line. So, and that light right there used to also be in the queue line. So, this is very interesting that they left this up. However, it isn't too surprising. Like, I feel like they have no need to remove it because what's anyone going to go back there for? And it helps block off that fence gate thing. But it is interesting that after all of these years that Son of Beast has been gone, because at this point it stopped operating like 17 years ago. It stopped operating in 2009, got demolished in 2012. So I am kind of starting to think here, could they reuse these queue lines and obviously everything really, including like the station, for the new attraction? And I'm thinking yes they could. I have actually stood near the Son of Beast station in that backstage area by Banshee while I was on a tour. And I could tell that the station was very clearly sound, and I feel like if it just got some updates, it would be good. Obviously, they'd have to put in like new air gates and stuff like that for the new ride. But if they were to do that, I do think it is a very viable option that they could definitely do. So, overall, I am still surprised that they left these queues open. Like, even here, there's a chain right there that used to kind of like divide these if they needed to open these queues for extra space. But overall, I am surprised that Kings Island, it took them this long to put something back there when they definitely could have earlier, because Banshee actually only took up what used to occupy the lift hill for Son of Beast. That's the only thing that Banshee took up. It also, I mean, it did cause the removal of a go-kart track, but that doesn't really count. But, so, obviously it left a lot of space open, like what I showed you over there, where the Rose Bowl used to be, where they started land clearing when I was up in the Eiffel Tower. I showed you guys that. So overall, I do think they will put something there, especially with that land clearing and the fact that they've been clearing out the station. Do I think it's for 2027 though? No, I do not. Purely because they would have a lot more land clearing done, and the station would most likely be fully cleared out. And we would probably already have teasers and an announcement on Kings Island's social media pages. But we do not have any of that. So I think this is going to be a 2028 or 2029, hopefully 2028, attraction. So yeah, There's your first construction update for Son of Beast. Well, what used to be Son of Beast, what might now be Project, I'm just going to call it Project 2028. There's your Project 2028 update, and I will see you guys later.